Hi, this is Erin Murphy with EM Health and Fitness, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit today about some emails I've been getting quite a few of lately. First though, I have to say, ignore any building noises you hear behind me. We have a little bit of construction going on at our house, but I'm leaving this afternoon and I feel like this is really important information that I need to get out to you guys before I go. So I've been receiving several, actually more than several, emails from women who are saying something like this. Hey Erin, I'm eating really healthy and I'm still not seeing the results that I want. Well, I am about to tell you why and what you can do about that. But first, I need you to promise me something. You're gonna have to be real with yourself today. So you're gonna have to be really, really honest. First things first, if you are not, we'll get the obvious out of the way first. If you are not exercising hard 5 to 6 days a week for about 45 to 60 minutes a day, you need to start doing that. Reality is the way that it is. You can tell yourself you don't have time. You can tell yourself you have bad knees. There are a million different excuses, but it is what it is. You have to work out to see results. And, oh, there's my little 1-year-old here. And I don't mean just going out for to walk the dog or for a little stroll with your girlfriends. I mean work out hard for 45 minutes. You should be spent by the end of your workout. Now that means something different to different people. Find something that works for you, but it needs to be challenging. So there's number one. If you're not doing that, start doing it. Number two, you need to look at what you are eating very closely and carefully. So the easiest thing, what starts to happen, we eat mostly healthy, right? But a few glasses of wine start to creep in, or some trips to Starbucks, or maybe brunch out and we eat something we shouldn't, or maybe we grab a few handfuls of Cheez-Its off of our kids' plates, or a few things like that start to creep into our diet. Those are the first things that need to go. So you need to take a look at what your week looks like, and if you have things like that, as badly as you want to be able to keep those things in, if you're not getting the results that you want. Now I'm speaking to people who feel like they're eating healthy but not getting results that they want. If you found something that works for you, you keep doing it. However, if what you're doing is not working, you need to change it, right? My dad used to say the definition of insanity is continuing to do the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So, how bad you want that bottle of wine every couple nights to be okay, if that's something that you're doing consistently and you're not getting results like you want, you need to get rid of that for a little while and see if that's it. If you're handfuls of peanut M&Ms a couple times a week, if you're just like, no, I want to be able to do this, I want to be able to have my peanut M&Ms. The reality is, if you're doing that and you're not seeing the results that you want, it's got to go, right? So you've got to decide. So the first thing to go is the unhealthy stuff that has kind of crept in, or those little indulgences that have crept in. Now I want to speak to those who have really consistently been eating clean, have not had little indulgences, and still feel like they're not getting the results that they want. So we're all different. Some of us can eat a few more healthy fats than others and still lean out. Some of us can eat a few more carbs than others and still lean out. There's a million variables here. How active you are, how much muscle mass you have on your body. Some of us just, what we do in our daily lives, how much water you drink. I mean, there's a million things that can play into this. So you kind of have to figure out what works for you. But if you're doing something and it's not working, change it, right? So the most common things that start to happen with people's diet that they don't realize are healthy things, but higher calorie foods start to add up. For example, healthy fats are a big culprit for people. Nuts, nut butters, avocados, coconut, oil, olive oil, coconut oil, any type of nut butter. Those things are very, very healthy. However, they also have a high calorie count. So when you eat them, the serving size is really small. And most people can't be eating healthy fats for most of their meals throughout the day. I say a good rule of thumb for most, and again, this may be different for you, but a good rule of thumb is you should be having about 2 of your 5 to 6 meals a day, you still should be eating those, that contain a healthy fat. If you find yourself grabbing nuts and nut butter and having bigger serving sizes than you're supposed to have of these things within your day, you could be sabotaging your goals, sabotaging yourself. The other thing is carbs. Now, I say this all the time, I'm not a proponent of low carb diets. You need carbs to fuel your body. However, for example, for me, I eat a ton of vegetables. My carbs in my diet, plenty of carbs, come from the amount of vegetables I eat. Most of the bulk of your diet should be coming from vegetables. That's what keeps you full. That's what allows you to eat enough food to be full. If you don't like vegetables, if you refuse to eat them or many of them, the serving sizes of your protein, your carbs, and your healthy fats are relatively small. You're not going to be able to eat very much food. And for me, I hate being hungry. I want to eat enough food that I am not hungry. So you need to make sure you're getting plenty of vegetables. If you are eating other carbs, which are also very healthy, but you need to be aware. So again, if that weight loss or your leaning out has stalled, this may be the culprit. If you're eating tons of vegetables, and on top of that, you're having oatmeal, you're having brown rice, maybe you're having a whole grain tortilla, maybe a few of those need to go as well. So take a look at the amounts of healthy fats and carbohydrates that you are including in your diet, and then always, always, always watch your portion sizes. You should be eating 5 to 6 small meals. You're eating every 2.5 hours, so you're not going very long without food. Those meals are small, all right? You should be eating consistently throughout the day those small meals. Now let me just give you a personal example of mine before I head off on my trip. I work out a ton. I love to eat. I love homemade almond butter. Love it. I sometimes feel like, you know what? I should be able to eat a whole bowl of almond butter because I work out so hard. And I can't do it. If I catch myself eating too much almond butter as a culprit for me, I don't get as lean as I like to be to show off all the muscle definition that I work so hard to build. So even me, and that's not to say I don't test it every once in a while. I still have weeks where I'm like, okay, I have worked out so hard. I can have this huge bowl of almond butter tonight, and I am still gonna be as lean as I wanna be. And if I do that consistently, I don't, no matter what. So it happens to the best of us. It happens to all of us. Take a step back. Even if you want something desperately to be so, that does not necessarily mean that it is. So take a look at a few of those things. If you need to, make some changes. If you're still lost or confused, shoot me an email and I'll try to help you out.